Hi guys, thanks for joining me. So today I just wanted to do a wee quick July goals update video. I sometimes do them weekly or fortnightly, but I haven't done a wee video I think about a couple of weeks. So I thought it's it's the beginning of August, so I'll do a quick update. So on the kind of my goals, I have set myself goals that are long term. So it's things like, cut back on spending and save where I can, use up kind of all my products that are in the house before I start buying other things. So cutting back on hauls just for the sake of them, reduce my beauty boxes, which I've done, and try and not add to that collection. So the other goals were weight loss, and eventually I want to come off my blood pressure medication. So I do have a review coming up of that in the next few weeks. So it'd be actually really good to get the green light to come off that, but if not, it will be next year when I get another review. So on the weight loss front, I lost 10 pounds. Now that might not seem massive over a month for a lot of people, but for me, I am so over the moon with it. And I'm not going to do weekly updates because your weight can kind of fluctuate, and that kind of gets me down a little bit. I will keep a check on it when I remember. Usually in the morning I get up, have a shower, come downstairs, make my coffee, and then I think I've not weighed myself. So I'm not weighing myself with wet hair and after I've had a coffee, right? I know that sounds weird, but that's just the way that I am. So usually it's just a case that I'm like, oh no, I haven't weighed myself, so I can't do it today. So that's why I've kind of decided against doing it weekly, because I know what I'm like. And also I think having 2 bouts of a dicky tummy kind of helped with the £10. I also was so relieved to find out that I didn't put it all back on, which I thought I was going to do. So I've been happy with that. It's taken me down into a new stone zone, and I'm not following any diet. I am just trying to cut out the crap. Although saying that, I have had a couple of chocolate bars today, but I'm not going to beat myself up over that. I didn't have my dinner last night just because the time we got home and organised it was so late. So anyway, in terms of the kind of financial aspect and spending money, now I started my channel, I got hooked on the boxes. I had like 5 boxes, and it was just got to the point after about 6-7 months, and some people have been doing this for years, that I just thought to myself, you have boxes and boxes and boxes of things that are just being shoved in my cupboard. I wasn't even using it. I don't show, when I buy an eyeshadow palette, I won't normally bring it on. Sometimes I do swatch it, but most of the times I don't. I've gone from having a trio of eyeshadow to having a whole box full of eyeshadow palettes, and I have already started to declutter some of those. But it kind of frightened me that I was able to amass this collection that was very expensive over a short period of time as well. And that is money that is sitting, because if I'm going to be honest with you, I buy the palette, sometimes I swatch it, sometimes I just open it, sometimes I don't even open it, and I just put it in a drawer. And to be honest with you, it's bringing me no joy. I'm not using it. I'm not even doing, it's not like I'm coming on and doing a look with every new palette, because basically we just wouldn't have the time. So for me, it was kind of like boxes and boxes. I mean, stacking up eyeshadow palettes fill a massive tub. I just kind of thought, this is your new obsession. This is your new thing. It's always a kind of sign of my anxiety with me as well. I go through phases. So we're clearing out the cupboard, and we realised that my holiday clothes phase was quite extensive. And the sad thing was, most of it still had labels on, and a lot of it didn't even fit me. So I wasn't even returning it, I was just keeping it. So you've got a wardrobe full of clothes that don't fit you for holidays, that I wasn't even taking it on holiday because it couldn't fit me. And that's not including the holiday clothes that I bought that did fit me, that because I needed to buy, because those ones. So it was quite a wake up call when I was going through that with my husband. Actually, he was helping me clear out the cupboard, the amount of things that still had tags and labels on them, and the volume. So if I had one kind of, I want to say, you know, like a going out kind of top, I had 20. I had the same top in about 5 different colours, none of which was worn. So it was just really. So that was my holiday clothes shopping phase. Before that, it was cookbooks and baking books, and that wasn't as expensive, to be honest with you. You know, you can get a good cookbook for under 20 quid, but I still have over 100 books. And that's not including online recipes and magazines that have been purchased. So I actually realised that this whole beauty hoarding thing was just another thing, and another costly thing, because all these £10, £12, £13 really do add up. And you know, some of the eyeshadow palettes, you know, they might be £10, some of them might be £20, £30, but it was all kind of adding up. And when it was just all being shoved in the cupboard, so it wasn't being bought to use and love, and it was just being bought for the sake of it. So anyway, I'm prattling on here, but I did eventually cut back my boxes, so all I have now is Look Fantastic and Glossybox. So I done away with the Rockabox, and I done away with Birchbox. I also used to order the ASOS box every month. I did not order the July ASOS box. I didn't order the June ASOS box, I think. There was a QVC Tilly box, which I didn't order. I was so chuffed with myself. There was a Latest in Beauty Grazia box, which I really considered, but it was £50, so I thought I can't justify that. The Marquise box. Now, Marquise do a summer box, and I've marked this down as £60, and you might think to yourself, well, I'm sure it was only about £20 or under £20. So that's all the box costs. Well, no, it didn't, because you had to spend £40 to get the box for £20. And I've not got kids that go to school, so I didn't need uniform, I didn't need any underwear, I didn't need the bits and pieces that I would usually have in the past gone into Marquise for. So I would have gone into Marquise, purchased £40 worth of things just to get this box. Now, that to my husband would be irrational, but to me it would have been, I need that box. But actually I sat back and thought, I don't need to go to Marks and Spencer's and spend £60 to get your box, regardless of what it's worth. And actually with the Grazia box, I think I went through it and thought, I've got that. And I did the same with the QVC Tilly box. I also was sorely tempted with the Birchbox birthday box, and there was also an edit, I think it was Latest in Beauty, which was a hair care box, which was Living Proof, which I love, but I resisted it. However, I'm going to hold my hands up and say that Latest in Beauty last month had a fantastic hair range selection. So at my first box, I got the Lee Stafford, and then they did the conditioner and shampoo, and then they brought out the fudge. So I thought that's £7.50 a pop. So I got a second box for 6 items, and I also got the new and noteworthy box, but I had a £6 off voucher, so that cost me £20. So I spent £30 extra this month, but just on the Grazia, the Tilly, the Marquise and the ASOS, because I don't know the price of the other ones, it's like £140 that I haven't bought. And to be honest with you, at the time, that impulse just to buy them was so strong, so I really wanted them, I'm not going to lie to you. So to consider the fact that I got the fudge, 3 different fudge items that I really wanted, and the new and noteworthy book box was really, it had things in it that I didn't have in my collection. So that's the way I'm doing it now. If a box comes out, I won't buy a £50 box anymore. I'm just not, that's far too expensive. But if a £20, £25 box comes out and it's got everything that I haven't got or that I want or need, then I will buy it, but I will really need to look through my collection and say, well, I have X, Y, Z, or I don't have it. Same with ASOS. I am not just going to kind of just buy it for the sake of it. Unless there's something in the box that I really, really want, then I will purchase that. But I'm not going to feel bad about that. I've just decided to do away with the guilt. However, I won't be buying an eyeshadow palette unless I'm actually going to bring it home and play with it, because that's why you buy them. And I've decided as well, I'm not going to be buying eyeshadow palettes in colours that I won't wear just to do a video. So for example, I did buy the Deep Dive one. It was a £5, which is not much really, but when you add up all the other £5 and £9 and whatever, you know, and I know that blue and green are colours that I probably wouldn't really wear. So it has to be a palette now that, you know, is colours that I want, because I've decided that actually, you know, it's nice to play with colour. Sorry, this is from a previous video. It's nice to kind of play with colour and try things out, but if I've not got it in my collection, I'm not going to go out and buy it. I also don't really want to buy any more eyeshadow palettes because I've got loads. Anyway, it doesn't mean I can't buy them for other people, get the fun of that, but basically what I was doing is maybe swatching it and shoving it in a cupboard. I wasn't getting any joy from it, so unless it brings me joy, I will not be purchasing it. So yeah, I'm hoping this kind of period of calmness and reflectiveness and being kind of sensible, not just hitting that purchase button, lasts. And actually reviewing, do you need this? Do you want it? Do you love it? I sound like that lady, oh, I can't remember her name. Is it Kondo? Who does it, you know, if you hold it and if it doesn't bring you joy, let it go. But it makes a lot of sense to me actually. My room is like an absolute pigsty at the moment. I'm clearing it out to get ready to move. And that was probably the kind of shocking factor in the amount of crap that I had in my house. And it was all over the place. There are boxes of eyeshadows under my stair cupboard. I've got a massive box this size of eyeshadow palettes, and I couldn't give them away. You know, it's like, oh, I really love it. But I am starting to kind of edit it and think, right, no, I wouldn't wear that. Or, for example, I discovered that I had the Revolution palette, which was the dupe for the Urban Decay, you know, the cherry one. So I thought, well, you don't need the dupe for it. You know, things like that. So if I've got a palette that's just all reds, I can't wear red eyeshadow. So I will be looking to kind of like, can somebody else put that to use, or does anybody want that, you know? So hopefully next month, so August, right? So I've had my birthday, I've had the wedding, I've had the hangover food. I actually made a massive lasagna, but for some reason it took hours to cook. I don't know what I'd done wrong. I prepared the mince the day before, but I didn't. I usually layer it up, but I think because the mince was so cold going on to the pasta, that the mince took ages to heat up, so the pasta took ages to cook. So I won't do that again. If I'm going to do that, I'll assemble it like I usually do and stick it in the fridge. So that was my kind of hangover food, but it took forever to cook, so I just went to bed and my husband had it and the boys had it today. But I have had a few chocolate bars today. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm just going to think about what I'm eating. And so hopefully next month I will have had my review of my blood pressure and I will know if I can come on or off it. I'm hoping that £10 makes a difference, to be honest with you. You never know. And yeah, hope to keep saving. So I am just taking a wee note of stuff that I don't buy. That you might not be interested in that, but for me it's quite satisfying to know, right, you could have spent £170 this month quite easily, you know, on these things, and all you would have felt is regret and upset, and you would be completely skint, and it's only the beginning of August. I'm probably skint, but not completely skint. So yeah, that's my goals. Probably won't do it weekly, to be honest with you. I might do it fortnightly or I might do it monthly, if you're interested. please kind of like just hit the thumbs up on this video. If it bores you, then just click the stop watching button. Don't give me a thumbs down, because that's not nice. I don't like them, right? Tell me in the comments, like, you know, if you've got any constructive feedback, put it in the comments. Hitting the thumbs down is pretty shitty. Anyway, 15 minutes for my goals video. I'm prattling on. Got my nails done. Can't do any, like, I can't like pick the little bits like of the foil containers and sellotape and stuff. So they look very pretty, but I won't miss them when they're gone. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye guys.